Hi, I'm Tiffany.
Yes.
Alphia.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm gonna be talking with you today.
Okay.
About any concerns that you have.
Mhm.
So you want to talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I've just been going through like a pretty rough time in my life right now. I got laid off from my job.
How long ago was this?
I got laid off last week.
Last week. Oh wow, that's pretty recent.
I know.
So how long did you work there? Tell me what happened.
Well, I've been working there for like 6 years, and my job title was crime scene investigator. Right there, down there in Miami-Dade.
Oh, Miami-Dade. That sounds exciting too.
Yes, very exciting.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been working there for 6 years, and I was, actually one of their top investigators. So it was kind of shocking where they had their budget cuts and they decided to let me go.
They decided that you go. Were you the last hired?
I'm not really sure if I was the last one they hired, but won't be surprised if I wasn't the last one. But we had a training class, and it was like about 10 of us in the training room. So yeah.
So how did you do in the training room?
I did pretty good because, I went to school for criminal justice. That's my degree. So a lot of things I already knew. And we had to take a test, like an exam at the end. And I scored in one of the top. And I had a 98 on it.
You had a 98, one at the top. So that was a proud moment.
Yes, it was.
So all your hard work paid off.
Exactly.
Okay, so within the 6 years, did you move up? Did you go sideways?
Well, within the 6 years, by the time I was working there, like for a year and 6 months, approaching my 2 years, because of the great job that I was doing, they offered me, they gave me a promotion.
You got a promotion?
Yeah, become a supervisor.
Become a supervisor. Okay, that's good. Sorry that it didn't work out, but that's still good.
Yes.
So, tell me some of the things that you did, accomplished, that caused you to get a promotion.
So with my job, we have to collect fingerprints, really any evidence from the crime scene. I made sure I was there on spot because it is like an on-call job because crime can happen anytime. So I made sure I was the first one there. I didn't leave the lab until I got the result back. I was like so into it. It was just like it had to get done. I mean, that's how I am as a worker. Whatever you give to me, I'm going to get it done.
Okay, so you started working there 6 years ago. After a year and a half, you got a promotion.
Yes.
During the training, you got a 98, one of the top in the class.
Yeah.
And you were always the first on the job and the last to leave.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that it was a shock when you found out. So tell me, how did that go? What did that look like?
It was very shocking to me. The way it started off is that they had a team meeting, where they discussed us about budget cuts and how, they're going to have to let some people go. I didn't think I was going to be one of those people because of what I brought to the table. But my boss asked me to stay behind, and it was the boss, and then I noticed the executive director was there, so I was just like, okay, still wasn't thinking nothing bad. And then they, talked about the same thing they talked about in the meeting with the budget cuts. And then all of a sudden, they were just like, because of that, we're going to have to let you go.
Wow, so what was your first initial feeling? I mean, I know that, it wasn't a good feeling, but...
Right.
Exactly.
I had a whole bunch of emotions come to me. I felt my whole body get hot because I did get angry. But I was sad, and it was like angry, sad at the same time. Like, I wanted to yell, I wanted to cry. It was just like I didn't know what to do in that moment. So literally, I had like just a blank stare on my face during the moment. And I saw how the boss and the executive director was like trying to read me, like, okay, how should you react to this? Because I wasn't saying nothing.
So how long did that last? You saying nothing?
Probably like 3-4 minutes where I was just staring at the wall, like, because I was trying to process everything.
That was a long 3 minutes, I'm sure.
It felt like forever.
Wow, those things usually do.
Yeah.
So once the 3 minutes was up, and how did you react then?
I just looked at them, and I was just like, the only thing that could come out of my mouth was, why? Like, why are you guys letting me go after all these years and what I brought?
What was their answer?
They didn't really give me a straight answer. They just kept going back to budget cuts. But I feel like that wasn't their honest answer. It seemed like they were just trying to hide behind that. But I'm just like, no, like I want to know, why did you guys fire me? And then that's when the sad started to
come in.
Yeah, and then the anger started to come.
So, but you didn't actually express that. You just wanted to know why.
Right. Well, when I saw them, they wasn't really answering my question. Because with them letting me go, I think it had something to do with me. They kept saying, no, it's nothing to do with you. It's just because of budget cuts. So I replied to them like, well, I was the first one there to start working, the last one there, and it's just like I brought all this, to the table with working. You guys liked me so much, you promoted me. Now why are you guys going to let me go? And then the next they didn't have an answer for me. They was like just thinking about it, and they still couldn't give me like a straight answer.
Do you have any suspicions for what it might be now that you look, going back to the situation, looking at it, retrospect?
Now that I'm thinking about it, because I do have a friend, we're best friends, she still works there, and she let me know that a guy filled my position.
Oh.
And she said we have the same qualifications, and now to my thing, I think maybe they let me go because of my gender, So now that I'm starting to think that he's a black African American male, so I'm an African American female, and then it's just like we both do the same amount of work, but they let me go, and then not that long after, he fills my position.
Okay, so after the 6 years, after the meeting, and they told you the budget cuts, and they asked you to stay behind, and they fired you. Now that that's over, and you spoke with your friend or coworker, right?
Yes.
Is she?
We have a business relationship and personal relationship. I knew her since we actually grew up together. The only time we split was college, but we studied the same thing, which is criminal justice.
Okay, so she's a reliable source.
Yeah.
So you believe, that an African American male filled your position that you've had 6 years, for 6 years. Okay, so exactly how does that make you feel?
That makes me feel like I'm not good enough, as a woman, because I know my mom, she didn't, like, looking at my mom, she's, a boss at her job.
Okay.
So the way she raised me was not just to be someone that's, like, behind a shadow. So, but now it's like I'm kind of questioning everything. So it's like, was I really that good? Was I really that smart? Maybe I wasn't strong enough, because even with all that work I put out, they still let me go, then they hired a man.
Okay, let's go back to your mom being raising you the way that she did, and by she being the boss. So we're just gonna look at your accomplishments, because I want to help you try to see this from a different light, so you can feel better about it and then move forward differently. So look at your accomplishments. You finished college. You said your background was criminology.
Criminal justice. Yes.
Okay, so then you score higher on the test.
Yeah.
One of the highest, right? So I'm assuming, when you graduated, you probably was one of the top graduates still as well, right?
Yeah.
That's an accomplishment. Okay, top of the class and the training. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
A year and a half becoming a supervisor. Again, that's an accomplishment.
It is.
Right? First on the job, last to leave. Sounds like you were proud of the work that you were doing.
I really was.
Exactly. So, when they let you go, I know that it was a shock. And you expressed that you felt rage and everything else. But maybe we can look at that as an opportunity to grow. How do you feel about that?
I never thought of it I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, so think back and just give yourself credit for what you've done.
Right.
And then maybe that'll help you going forward.
Right.
Okay, so do you have any dependents at home? Someone that depends on you for their livelihood as well?
No, I'm a single woman. No kids as of right now, so I live on my own.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I guess so thinking about that, like what you were saying, I just fell into depression because of that.
Yeah, that's
understandable. And I didn't think about the things I accomplished, because like that one thing, I guess, kind of overpowered everything that I did do to where I didn't even like go out and look for another job. And I went on Indeed.com one time and I didn't even go in my field because that's how, after what I heard, I was just like, oh, that just can't be the job for me. Like, I was just ready to give up on it.
Okay, so you said this was how long ago? A week ago?
Well, I got laid off last week and I didn't touch it last week. So, like yesterday, that was the first time I, dibble-dabbled in Indeed.com, but I didn't type in, criminal justice or anything like that because I just felt like that wasn't for me after what happened.
Okay, so did you talk to your mom about it? What type of play that you have with her? What type of conversation you have with her about it?
I did call her about it. She doesn't know about the mail taking my role yet. So I just told her how I was laid off and she was just, comforting me, as a mom. And my dad, because he was like, she had me on speaker, so it was my dad and my mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like they was both just encouraging me, saying, and almost like you said, it's like you're a smart girl, you're intelligent, you can pick up a job in a minute, just like that. And I took their words in, and that was the only time we had that conversation, because it wasn't until the next day I found out about the guy. I don't know if I'm still gonna tell him that. So yeah, but the conversation went pretty well. My parents always been supportive.
What do you think they would say if you would tell them that it was an African American male that took your job?
It's like my dad would stay calm, and my mom, she would be like, "You need to go back down there and confront the bosses and stuff." But I'm not gonna do that. So. And I'm pretty sure they'll still be encouraged. They'll be like, well, you already, you was a supervisor, so just go apply to be a director, anything like that. So, but I know they'll be on my side because they will see how wrong that is. But yeah, they'll still just be supportive. They just want me to get back out there.
See, it's very good that you have a support system at home.
Yeah.
With your mother and your father.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you grew up in a very, encouraging and family, right?
Right.
And they taught you values, hard work. So, with it being, I just want to go back to that being, because I can see that you mentioned that a couple of times by, your job being taken by an African American man. So let me ask you this: did you find it out again? Did you dig into that, or you just took her word for it?
I just took her word for it.
So do you think maybe if you find out for sure, and then deal with those emotions after that, or you just want to you think, you can just take her word for it and then let it, keep you up? Because I can tell, you a little bit. That part is bothering you, I think, more than them actually letting you go. That someone else filled the position, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. So, because you said initially that they fired you for budget cuts.
Right.
But then she said they turned around and hired someone else.
Right.
And then a man at that.
Right.
So do you think that if you find out for sure, and then examine yourself after that, how do you think you feel if you find out it was so?
Like if all that was true?
Yes.
Oh man, I'd be highly upset because it's just like now it's more than just the budget cuts. Like now it's lies. Like okay, so the whole time I feel like I wasted my 6 years in a company that was dishonest. Like I gave my all to a company that would just turn around and stab me in the back. Now if I was to find out like for sure if that happened, it's like part of me doesn't even want to, because I'll probably, if I do find out, I'll be highly upset to where it's like, not saying, because I don't condone violence or anything like that. I wouldn't do that or anything, but it's like, I probably want to go on, the job site and like really demand answers where I'm not gonna just leave like how I did because I accept the budget cuts. So it's just like, part of me is just like, you know what? If that's what they want to do, then let it go.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So we're gonna leave it at that. Okay, we don't want you to go and demand answers at the job. Sorry, because they may call the police. We don't want that.
Exactly.
Okay, so Jess, I want you to just keep in mind your accomplishments. And I don't want to push you or anything, but I just want you to see what can we do together and think about right now together. For you to move forward. What are you, looking for another job in your field?
Right.
You think, or you really want to go outside the field?
Well, no, I don't want to go outside the field. Like, I want to stay in criminal justice. So I think I need to start doing that because, you know, my confidence was shot down because of that. But, you know, after, you know, talking to you and going through those accomplishments, it's like, it's reminding me who I am. Yeah. So it's just like, I'm going to go back on Indeed and just, everything just criminal justice. Yeah, and just do it like that.
But don't close off though if you see other opportunities that you may fit that your skills fit into, because remember you're a supervisor and we're going to think of the accomplishments, right?
That's right.
Okay, yeah, so then next week, you know, we can talk about your job search and everything. So just, you know, you're going to go forward this week, you know, and build up your confidence a little bit and just think about your accomplishments. Because, you know,
Yeah.
And again, I'm sorry that happened to you, but we're going to work forward. And then we're gonna try to build up your confidence. And when you land that good job, you know, we're gonna talk about that as well.
I'm feeling confident already.
Okay, so I'll see you next week. Okay.
Yeah, see you next week.
All right.